Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another videos. Eric Ten Hag might not get the support he needs in the summer. We all know our squad need to be strengthened by signing the big name players or quality player. I don't believe in big name players, but I believe in quality players and the players in Eric Ten Hag trust. So that's why I think if we cannot sign any players that Eric Ten Hag want in summer, or if we missed out at least one player that Eric Ten Hag needed, I think we are not gonna get any improvement next season because according to the Athletic, all right, there's something transpire KO is coming out. So I'm gonna read it out for you, and then we are going to discuss that topic. All right. So this is coming from the Athletic. This says, as it stands, Manchester United are looking at a budget of about £100 million due to FFP. This would be the case even under Qatari owners. Wiping away the debt would allow for more flexibility, but the way for Manchester United to really raise additional money is via player sales. So which means we only have 100 million budget for summer. If we want to spend more money, we have to sell our player. I mean, that makes sense, right? Of course, we need to sell, and that makes money to spend in summer. That makes sense at all. But £100 million for summer transfer spend, that is not really what Manchester United fans expected, because we need to sign at least two players or at least two positions. It's like a center forward, which had to be a world class, and a midfielder who needs a potential to become world class. Because if we want to strengthen our squad to close the gap between Manchester United and the European giants, club like Manchester City, Real Madrid, or whoever it is, Bayern Munich. So we need to sign a quality players. We cannot sign the low class player. It's like just kid. We need to sign a quality, experienced, and a potential to become world class player. We need to sign those kind of players. So if you look at this, we only have just because of the FFP rules, we can only spend £100 million for net spend. If we want to spend more, we have to sell more. That is the case. So I think we have a lot of players need to sell in the summer. The player like Harry Maguire, Fred or Scott McTominay, Anthony Martial, like Alex Telles, Twanzibi, Brandon Williams, Eric Bailly. There are so many players that we can say. Even if we can say £10 million for each player, we are going to sell at least 8 players, which means we have £80 million. So we can spend £80 million on the midfielder, and the £100 million we're gonna go for a center striker. So which means we have to sell to sign a midfielder. So I understand the FFP, some people are surprised, oh, why not? Chelsea spent 600 million the last two transfer window. Why can't they get any this kind of warning from the FFP? It's like Chelsea have success, recent years. When you look under the Thomas Tuchel, they've won, Champions League, they won, Club World Cup, they won Super Cup. So they have a success, so which means they have an income. Yes, Chelsea cannot make a lower income like Manchester United, but they have a Champions League sport like every year, except from this year. So they have an income, and they sign player for like an 8-year contract or 9-year contracts. So if they paid 100 million for Mudryk, and Mudryk signed an 8-year, they're gonna split it out that for that 100 million for 8 years. So we are not like that. If you check the last 6 or 7 year, since 2017 winning on the Europa League, Manchester United have won nothing until the Carabao Cup this year, which means we most of our season have missed out the Champions League. If you look at the couple of years back, we missed the Champions League. So which means we don't have any income from the trophies, any income from the success, any income from the Champions League. So we don't have income, we just have outcome. So we sign players for like Anthony for 100 millions, Casemiro for 70 millions, Jadon Sancho for 73 millions. We sign really big amount of money, okay, but we don't have income from selling the player. When was the last time we gained so much money by selling the player? I can't remember it, because when you look at the player that we sold, it's like maybe it's a free, or it's like a 10 million or something like that. All I can remember is Daniel James. Okay, we sold Daniel James to for 15 million quick, and then we have nothing. We let Jesse Lingard go on a free transfer, even we have a time that we could get for 10 million from Newcastle, and now we let Paul Pogba go for free. So when you look at that, those kind of situation, we only have expense. Okay, we don't have a really great income from the transfer. So that's why Manchester United have a risk by spending big amount of money, in this in transfer window, in the summer transfer window. So if we summarize, we cannot spend more than 100 million pounds in the summer, okay, due to the FFP. So if we want to spend more than 100 millions, we have to sell our player, which we can do. We can sell the player. There are a lot of waste player, and we have to reduce the wage paid from the players. We have so many players who earn like 200,000 plus. When you look at Manchester City, okay, they have a quality player more than Manchester United have, but they don't give every player is like the big amount of money. Okay, they only have like Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland. It's like who's the next one? I think Judge Grealish. That is most most earner from the it's like Manchester City. When you look at Liverpool, only Virgil van Dijk, okay, only Virgil van Dijk have and only Virgil van Dijk and 200,000 plus, and Mohamed Salah 370 50,000 pounds per week. But when you look at Manchester United, we pay 350,000 pounds per week for Jadon Sancho, okay, and 250,000 pounds per week for Anthony Martial, and like who's gonna get 375,000 pounds per week for David De Gea, and nearly 200,000 pounds per week for Harry Maguire. Okay, Harry Maguire, and you pay 120,000 pounds per week for a bench goalkeeper like Dean Henderson, and you give like 350,000 pounds for Casemiro and Rafael Varane, and we are not even title race. So we are spending so much money on players' wage pay, and then this season, if Manchester United can finish top 4, if we get a Champions League small, the player are gonna get earn more as a bonus because we can finish top 4. So there are a lot of things happening at the moment for Manchester United, and we don't have any investment from this Glazer. Shitty ownership. They don't do investment. Okay, they just took the dividend. That's it. So that's why we are at being risk. We are at risk by spending a big amount of money in the transfer, in summer transfer window. Let me be clear with you guys. All right, if we cannot buy a quality striker and a quality midfielder who can dribble in the ball, we are not getting better next season. We will not see any improvement. If we sign a quality striker, and if we missed out the signing of the midfielder, we can score more goal, but we are not getting better on performing, on competing against the big 16. Because if you want to compete big 16, you need to fill every weak point of your team. Right. So when you can sign in the summer, right? When you can sign, if you sign a central midfielder who can dribble the ball, and if you can sign a quality striker, you are getting better by playing a better play or competing against big 6, but you are not gonna score a lot of goals, big amount, enough amount of goals to to become a title contender, or become a big team or dangerous team in Europe. So you need to sign both position. You can't mix out of any position. Okay, you need to sign both position. After you sign both position, you can manage the other position like a center back, like goalkeeper, right back, whatever it is. The main thing, and we can mix out signing out the summer is a center forward and a quality midfielder. So if we are trying to sign center forwards like Harry Kane, Vida Ocean, Dusan Blahovic, Gonzalo Ramos, whoever it is, we need to pay at least 100 million. So to sign midfielder, we have to say at least 8 players of Manchester United. We have to do it. We have to do it. No choice for us. So that's why I think this is transfer chaos for Eric Ten Hag. That is what we have to worry about. If we cannot support Eric Ten Hag, he cannot do any better, because that is all he can do. He is a genius. Okay, he can do, of course he can do better, but he needs supporting to that he needs supporting to do better. That's it. If we cannot sign the player we need or the position that we need to fill, our team are not gonna get in better next season. I'm sure of that. We need to support Eric Ten Hag. Okay, so what do you think about this situation, guys? Do you think Manchester are gonna sign a player we need in the summer? Make sure to comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.